So that's it, huh?
That was it. Yep. So, today we are reviewing Morbius. We just came back, and we have a few words, few things to discuss. We took lots of notes as we were going. We were the only people in the theater, pretty much.
That one guy that's sleeping though.
And the guy next to us was snoring. So if that tells you anything.
Literally, I think, again, I said it a while ago, the only reason that he woke up was because of that fight scene and how loud it was. That's the only reason he woke up, because before that he was snoring like he was getting a good, not like...
He was getting a good sleep in.
He was snoring.
He was dreaming.
Alright, so we're going to let's go ahead and break it down. So, Morbius, April 2022. It's PG-13, hour and 44-minute runtime. And it's got Jared Leto as Morbius, Matt Smith, Adria Arjona, and Jared Harris. Those are like the notable characters.
Those are pretty much the main.
You got Milo Maritime, the love interest, and then you got the mentor / doctor. The movie is currently sitting at 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
17% is...
And 5.2 on IMDb.
It's pretty bad. I mean...
Is it wrong? I feel like it's about accurate. I feel like you could sway a little bit on either side of that. But this is directed by Daniel Espinosa, and I looked him up, and
we're not really sure.
He's never directed anything well known, so
anything we've seen, at least.
I guess you can't expect much from this guy. I'll read the plot synopsis here, but we will not go over any spoilers in this part, and then we're gonna rate it, and then we will go into spoilers, and then we'll do a wrap up. So, according to Google, this is on Google, dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder and determined to save others from the same fate, Dr. Morbius attempts a desperate gamble. While at first it seems to be a radical success, a darkness inside of him is soon unleashed. Did you like that CGI?
Looked like something that was like an older movie. Like, this is 2022, you would think the CGI would be... If you've ever seen the other Marvel movies, you can tell the CGI is incredible. Some of the best I've ever seen. I think they put the budget somewhere else. Probably to pay Jared Leto to be in it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong at all. And I think you had a good point. In the movie theater, she looked at me and she was like, dude, do you know what he looks like? I was like, what? He said, he looks like the boogeyman from Sinister. And I was like, holy shit, he does. He looks just like that. His hair's parted down the middle. He's got that. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
nose.
his nose.
It's the nose. It's the
small.
nose. And when he morphs, like they do something with the jawline, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
It looks so bad.
But yes, the CGI, trash. It is not good at all.
0 out of 10.
There was a couple scenes that I thought was actually kind of cool. We'll talk about the pros for a second. Let's talk about the pros for a second.
Okay.
Pro 1, it had an overall decent plot. Like, it wasn't god awful. I saw what they were trying to do. It just didn't work.
They just tried to go in a different direction.
They did their own thing, and sadly it just didn't work.
It just fell flat, I think.
The soundtrack
was decent.
It wasn't Inception.
I specialize in a very specific type of security.
But it was good. It wasn't... It puts you in the mood. It puts you in the mood.
It puts you in the kind of spooky superhero kind of vibe.
Yeah, so it did an alright job. There was a scene where he learns... Because this isn't spoilers, but he learns, he's like a part bat, right? So he uses the echolocation. It slows everything down. And it's got the pulse. That was actually kind of cool. The voice he does, like when he's Morbius, it's like,
he's like groaning, and it sounds like a monster.
It's slow-mo and just...
Oh my gosh, it was just...
we're gonna put up the rating system. There is a 0.5, so it's really 0.5 to 5.
I don't think we've given.
There's no 0.
0.5.
There's not gonna be a 0. We haven't given anything 0.5 yet.
Which I'm kind of surprised.
This movie is pushing it.
It's pushing it.
I think it's one of the closest ones we've rated, honestly. Because if you think about it, for me, this is gonna be a 1 star because it's horrible, filled with flaws. And it's a waste of time.
It's an hour and 44 minutes.
A waste of time.
Which is kind of surprising. I thought they were going to try to push it 2 hours or longer. I don't think they had enough scenes to do that. It pretty much wrapped up quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
1 star?
1 star.
1 star. Final verdict.
1 out of 5.
And would you rewatch it again?
Absolutely not. Unless would I rewatch?
I would not.
No, I'm thinking about it.
I would not.
No,
It's a waste.
I was trying to think of some kind of situation.
Even
I just needed a good laugh. If you need a good bad movie, this is it.
Just watch a comedy.
Oh, great Odin's Raven.
So let's put up disclaimer now. We're gonna get into spoilers. It starts out.
The very
they're
beginning.
Like in Costa Rica or something. They're trapping bats, and he cuts his hand. And he's holding it up. You know, you see it in the trailer. He's like,
he's like summoning the bats, I guess, and then you're confused. But
and he's trapping them. So then it goes back in time.
25 years before he is a child, he is paralyzed, right?
And then they bring in, you know, he's like in a children's hospital or something like that. And they bring in another kid, which is his friend. They were making the joke. They're like, oh yeah, I need an oil change every 3 hours or so because they got to get a blood transfusion every 3 hours. So they need like the blood transfusion machine. And
so the kid, literally just like
the friend of Morbius, which is Milo, Matt Smith's counterpart, the younger one.
His head just
So
we were like, oh,
because the machine died.
So the machine died.
The machine messed up. So Michael freaks out, is calling the nurse, and she's not coming. So he hurries up and gets with his crutches, gets over there, opens it up, and looks inside and takes out a fuse, fixes it with a pin part. He takes apart a pin and fixes it, and the kid's like,
and he's a genius. And then the kid just wakes up. Like, we're supposed to believe that was realistic.
And they paint these kids. I wrote it in my notes. I literally put, on what planet do kids beat disabled children?
So there's bullies in this universe.
That bully disabled kids.
To try to, I guess, set up the plot for him trying to find the cure. Which
they bully disabled kids, and there's kids, like, on the sidewalk while they're up, like, in the little children's hospital, like...
Like, how? Look at that
crippled.
Who wrote
on
this
what
script?
planet?
Who wrote
on
this
what
script?
planet do kids do this?
It's just not realistic. This doesn't happen.
Yeah. You don't want to see me when I'm hungry.
It sounds like something from like a Snickers commercial.
But you're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
The dialogue in this movie, whoever wrote it,
doesn't make sense. He needs to be fired. Or she.
They suck. They suck.
Lots of slow-mo. And at first they were kind of cool. And then they overdid it, and I think they were trying to do something with that. And it's like, okay, you're overcoming it.
Yeah, so he gets the serum that he makes from the bat works, and he has these powers, but he thinks it's not really a cure. He's like, oh my god, it's a curse. Well, his friend Milo, how he got rich, they never explain.
Oh yeah,
but he was funding Morbius's shenanigans this whole time, And, sorry, I'm like a 60-year-old man in a 21-year-old body using the word shenanigans.
That hurt.
Fucking terrible. Anyways, somehow, he's been funding him this whole time. They never say how he got rich or anything, but he did. And Morbius is just like, it's a curse. It's a curse. Because he starts drinking the fake blood that he made for the people with his disease, that it was helping them. He's drinking it, but he's like, oh, the effect is not enough. I have to have real blood. And that's the whole kicker of the movie. Well, his friend is like, oh my god, well, you got cured. Give me some. And he's like, no, you don't want this. It's a curse. He takes it by force. And instead of drinking the fake blood, his friend's like, I don't care. And just starts killing people and drinking human blood, real blood. And that's like the
premise. That's the conflict.
That's the conflict.
That is the conflict. If you've ever seen Twilight, pretty much the same thing.
But
There's
shittier.
no love story here.
But shittier. And I fucking hate Twilight.
It's a great one.
So, he's got echolocation. He somehow starts to fly. He flies in front.
Oh, yeah. He figures out how to fly.
He's like looking at it. Looks like it kind of reminded me of like Interstellar, how he's like reaching out and his hand like bends. It's like the same premise. He's like, and then just jumps out in front of the thing and starts flying, right? Well, his friend has been killing people and drinking their blood, and he's like, oh, you have to be like me. We can do whatever we want. We're vampires, right? They have all this power, and then they fight. Well, that guy kills Jerry Harris is the mentor that mentored both the kids, the doctor, kills him, and what did he say in his dying breath?
He was like, you need to stop him. And then just, like, died with his ass open. And then, like, the dead people, they like to prop him up, apparently, because there was a couple of dead bodies.
You'll see, if you watch the movie,
and
they literally, it's so
like
unnatural. Like, a body doesn't do that.
It's so unnatural.
And
we're supposed to just, and I guess he teared up a little. I saw him tear up a little bit. And
at this guy,
supposed to feel sympathetic about
at this guy that supposedly is like their mentor for life, like they've been with them their whole life, and he's always taking care of them. And they're just like,
oh, yeah, pretty much. And
oh my god, we did not hit on the dancing scene.
So there is this one bizarre scene.
Whenever
so bizarre.
Milo, which is Morbius' friend,
he gets this new confidence.
He gets that
because
serum.
He can walk again, right?
He gets that serum.
And there's this weird music.
That's it, but he's shirtless.
And he puts on this jacket. And we're supposed to just, not think this is cringy. It was cringy.
We love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
They love me.
That's just our movies.
We've heard a lot of crap, on Spider-Man 3. There's a lot of crap.
We grow up with them. I like Spider-Man 3, and so does she.
And yes, he has that funny little moment, but...
That dance scene,
it's not bad.
Exactly. That dance scene.
A lot of people think it is, but it's not.
That dance scene to us is like, I mean, sure, it's kind of cringy, but
it's kind of iconic.
It's kind of funny, and
like, it kind of became.
It's iconic now.
Like
this one,
almost the best part of the movie.
This dance scene in Morbius, it was too much, and he was like touching and feeling himself. I was like, "Fuck, what the fuck is this?" I was literally confused. I was like, why? Why would they?
Why is this happening?
It just didn't feel like it belonged in the movie. And they were like trying to go for something, but it just didn't work. And his CGI on his face
was worse.
She thought at first, she's like, oh,
I was like, wait, it actually looks kind of more like
it looks better than Morbius. And then you get up close, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? It is so bad. So bad. But anyways, so that eventually they get in a fight. And the Adriana, the Maritime character, which is Morbius, like apparently love interest. We don't ever feel any kind of romance, and then they kiss.
Chemistry.
This is the same.
We're friends, but there wasn't any romantic chemistry at all.
No, and then they just kiss and they start making out. Well, the friend or whatever sees that, and with his powers goes and kills her, right? And they kiss one more time, and then she dies. We start fighting. The two characters start fighting, Morbius and the friend. And Morbius is getting his ass whooped. And eventually, he gets his ass whooped too bad. He's in the water. Swarms of bats come in. Like Christian Bale Batman scene. Flying in. And then they lift him up. But it doesn't stop there. Like, you think, oh, the bats are going to, like, swarm him. And the bats are going to, like, hit the bad guy, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you have, like, the waterbender, the airbender, and they, like, bend stuff. He does that with bats. And
so
pins
he can control the bats.
And he like funnels. He like funnels them and propels and hits the guy and pins him against the wall. The friend, while he walks over there, he's just pinning him against the wall with like bat force, like Star Wars bat force.
Hello there.
And we're just
supposed to
what? He walks over there, stabs him with the serum to kill him. So the whole movie drags on. Like it's an hour 44 minutes, and it drags on the whole movie. The end takes like 5 seconds. It's like, oh. Wait, it's over? At the end, he kills that guy. And when she died, she bit his lip or something, and she got blood from Jared Leto. And so it shows her, and her eyes open. You think she's dead. Her eyes open, and she's a vampire now, too. So she's alive. And Morbius flies out of the sewer and flies off. And that's literally the end of the movie.
Morbius 2.
No! God!
If they make that fucking movie.
So, in the post-credit scene...
post-credit. So there's 2 scenes. It shows like the multiverse cracking, like in Spider-Man No Way Home. And he just appears in that jail cell.
So he just appears, right. Yes. Michael Keaton, out of nowhere. So I guess it's supposed to be a nod to, Tom Holland's. And I think it's going to connect some way.
Right.
Maybe with Tom Hardy's Venom. We're not really sure yet.
Right. The news showing in the movie was like he's going to be released because he just appeared in there and we don't even know who he is or what he did or why is he in this jail cell.
It goes back to post-credit scene number 2.
And so Morbius is driving down a desert road, and he gets out of his vehicle. He has like a time where he's meeting somebody, right? You hear the vulture.
Okay.
He flies in, but we were confused because if he's in the new multiverse, where did he get the Stark technology to build his suit?
Well, are we assuming it's Stark technology? Or did it clarify
I'm
that?
like 99% sure that's what he talked about. Remember the Homecoming Spider-Man? That's what he did, was he used the Stark technology and all the stuff that they got from the Infinity War. That's how he built his suit. Yeah. So how did he build it in this one?
I guess he just had it left behind. I don't know.
No, because he spawned into jail. It's not like he spawned in with it or whatever. I say spawned in like a video game. But that's really what it did. He just like appeared and
he just appeared.
He's like, man, this joint has better food. I was like,
and we're like,
what? And so he goes up to Morbius and he's like, thanks for meeting me. And Morbius is like, oh, yeah. And he's like, I've heard a lot about you. I've done research. He's like, so it has something to do with the Spider-Man guy. And Morbius goes, intriguing.
Cut.
In the movie.
The director said, that's it. That's all you get. Michael Keaton.
And
not
again,
paying you enough for
we
this.
didn't. I don't know if we said this, but he came in and literally did that, and he was just like, intriguing. So does he know who Spider-Man is? We don't know, but guess what? That scene was not. The scene was not in there. That was in like the trailer and the advertisements. It was all like, it showed Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and it said murderer. Yeah, that's not in the movie. What I was wondering, will that, like when it comes out on disc or whatever, will that be a deleted scene?
That's really
interesting. Or will it not? Or will it not be on the disc
or
at
it
all?
just didn't. It
didn't make it to the final cut, and maybe that was just like clickbait or something. But I saw it in like the trailers and stuff.
I don't know if y'all seen it on Twitter or on anything. It was definitely out in the open for sure.
Yeah, and it was. I was looking forward to it.
That's a really good point. It could have been a deleted scene.
Going into it, I knew it was going to be bad, and I had a 17% score. So I was like pretty sure that there wasn't going to be a Spider-Man cameo. But
so
maybe they should have done that. Maybe that would have helped the movie a little bit better. Because
you get one mention,
but then again,
at the very, very end.
Then again, I mean, they did the setup is he's like, yeah, we need to make the Vulture's like, we need to make a team. It has something to do with this Spider-Man guy. We need to make a team and take him down. And he's like,
so does
intriguing.
That mean...
So it's trying to set up for the Sinister Six, is what it's doing, like
Tom
in the comics.
Venom? Would he be?
I don't know who the Sinister Six includes, but it was like Green Goblin,
Godspeed, Spider-Man,
Sandman, Doc Ock, Venom, Morbius, Vulture.
I feel like that would make sense.
They're trying to say, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
Right.
We're not big into we love the movies and we love everything, but we haven't read the comic books. We don't know all the.
So comment below if you are a comic nerd. You are welcome here. So just
yes, please.
Please tell us
because
more.
we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to see what is the backstory and what is it trying to set up.
This is new for me. I don't even think I've heard of this character.
I've never heard of Morbius until this movie, so. And this movie did not make me like it that much.
Tell us your thoughts if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, if you want to see it, if you don't want to see it now.
If you have any thoughts about our channel and everything, we're trying to start this up, kind of do like a movie review channel, but we might do some other stuff too.
Maybe we'll actually do a good one next time.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a good movie. We're gonna get.
Maybe we could do Multiverse next.
Yes, so we got tickets for Multiverse right when they came out. We're super excited. I think that's gonna do it. I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
And thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.